Everybody get on out of that student union. The lecture hall doors are open. It's time to climb on into class. It's Days for Dummies. Hi, I'm Matt.
Hi, I'm Kat.
And I'm Angela.
We
with
didn't do
Matt and
attendance.
Kat.
We're just announcing our names today. We're
Yes.
changing it here. We're restructuring here on Days for Dummies. No, we got a lot to cover. Big week on Days of Our Lives. You know, Valentine's Day. Johnny and Chanel got married. Wendy and not Harris, Tripp. I guess Minnie Harris. Like if you were to put Steve Burton in a dryer, maybe Tripp would come out.
You know what? There is. I do think there are some similarities in his face. A little bit to me. Yes, I do think so.
Just a little bit.
Little bit.
And
Those
so
he's got those bright blue eyes like Steve Burton does.
Before we got started, your sound was perfect, and now it's barely coming through.
Whose?
Yours.
Really? My mic's right here.
Well, that's much better.
Well, I'll turn it up.
There
Maybe
you go.
turn it down.
Boom. Perfect.
Perfect.
Whatever you're doing
All
now,
right.
don't stop doing it.
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
There you go.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. But it's not just us, you know, we got a full class. Vita's here. She's marched through the snow. So did Kelly.
Thanks, ladies.
You know,
I'm going to pull up my YouTube so I can see our comments.
Sandra joined us as well. And of course, Bridget says hello. Hello, Bridget. Hi.
Hey, Bridget. Has Bridget been there before? I don't think I remember Bridget.
I'm not sure. Maybe. Hi.
Well, welcome, Bridget.
Well, hello.
I love your name, by the
for
way.
the first time or the 80th time. All right, everybody's saying you're sounding good. They can hear you now.
Oh, good.
Look at
Oh,
that.
good.
Look at that. We're ready to do this, folks. We're ready to do this. I have appeased the YouTube algorithm by saying in this video we're going to talk about such and such. I even included it in the description. Trying to help that
look
search
at
engine
you.
optimization, everybody.
Oh, yeah. You got to feed the algorithm.
Got to feed the algorithm. And you can do that too by liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already.
Do it.
Because there's already been so much content to enjoy. Like if this isn't your favorite Days for Dummies yet, I don't know what's wrong with you. Kelly says don't send her any more snow. Angela, please. So that must be connected to you sending
I'm
her.
not trying to send anybody more snow.
You know,
I mean, I don't want the snow, so if I can get rid of it for me by sending it somewhere else, I will. I'm sorry.
You're the closest to Kelly than us, so I just need you to stop going outside and blowing. Because that butterfly effect is really, really hitting Kelly hard, and we don't need that. She's got to come to class. She's got to learn about Days of Our Lives. She was a lapsed viewer, and now she's.
What's really funny is I have gotten the leaf blower out to move snow. Not recently. We haven't had enough, but I have done it.
Excuse me.
Actually, I think I asked you one time if you used a blower ever. Did a blower work on snow?
If it's the light, fluffy stuff, it will. If it's not like the heavy, wet stuff.
Okay, but see, I don't know because I've never lived in snow, and I have no desire to.
The beautiful Christmas snow you can get rid of with a leaf blower, like you see in Hollywood. The stuff you ski on. No leaf blower.
Need a flamethrower.
No leaf blower.
Right, a flamethrower.
That's the stuff you want a flamethrower for.
That's ice.
But it's frowned upon.
They don't just sell those at the local Walmart.
Well,
they might in Salem.
Right?
You know, I feel like these people have access to
It's still snowing in
things.
Salem. You see snow on the set all the time.
You know, honestly, I love that. I love East Coast winter depictions on television and movies, where it's snowy and and everything is decorated to the nines for Christmas time, or for Valentine's Day, or whatever it's going on. I love the coats. I love scarves. I love gloves. I don't want to live in it. I don't want to do it myself every day, but I love looking at it. The aesthetic
You like the
is
depiction of it.
beautiful.
That's me. I like to. That's the thing is, it's so pretty to look out at that first snow as it's falling, and then that's it. That's it. I don't want anything else to do with it. I don't want to shovel it. I don't want to have to walk the dog in it. And gloves and scarves and all of that stuff is really fun. But when they're wet and disgusting, they're not. And trying to find a radiator space to hang them on with all the kids' stuff already on the radiators, not fun.
There's nothing better to me on a soap than having a couple outside at wintertime, bundled up and cuddling on some sort of lawn furniture they shouldn't be on at this time of year, sipping some sort of hot drink and having some sort of romantic talk about how much they dig each other. I like it. I like it.
Well, we have a gazebo that we leave up all year round. It's like a permanent one. And we have a propane fire table in it.
Oh yeah,
which is nice to use. And the
that's
gazebo
nice.
has curtains you can close to, make it a little bit cozier and stuff in there.
Very nice.
You don't want to close the whole thing when you have the propane going, but it's enough if you close 3 sides. It's funny, you talk about the kind of snow you see on soaps. My daughter got married in December in North Carolina, and they average like 1/3 of an inch of snow, every year. And they wanted a winter wedding, and they're both involved in theater. And so they borrowed the snow machines from the theater.
So they could have a white wedding.
Cool.
It was real cute.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.
Yes.
I thought you were going to tell me.
To sing that song.
I thought your story was going to be that, but on this particular day, we got a
foot. On this particular day, the skies opened and the Lord blessed us all because Cyrus Renaud prayed for it. Wrong show.
Wrong show.
Tell me you wouldn't listen to the hell out of his radio show.
Well, I've already asked how do I become the co-host. Hey GH, if you're looking for voices to be on Cyrus's show as Collins, we're here.
Yeah.
In any case, yeah. So Kelly said, I want the kind of snow that we have here on soaps. Is why Angela told the story of the snowblower. It wasn't days because they don't have the budget for it, but I remember GH last year, the year before, had a scene where Elizabeth was looking out the window and they had some snow falling.
I know, but it was like June or something, or May, because that was when
it was because
because that was the weather machine,
right?
That old computer that Laura was furious. Laura and Curtis were trying.
Yes. It's a different show. And, Days like I said, Days doesn't have the budget for it at current. But I liked that. That was a beautiful depiction of just snowy time on TV.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of celebrating and beautiful dresses and in white, what did you think of Chanel getting married at the hospital?
Chanel got Best Dress Performer of the Week on Soap Opera News.
Well, I thought her wedding dress was gorgeous. I loved it.
I thought it was too simple in the shoulders.
It reminded me
of a hospital wedding.
Hey, whatever. Who cares about that?
She was a little overdressed.
No, I thought it was beautiful. And I thought, it was nice we got to see this wedding because last time they got married in Paris and nobody was there and it wasn't on screen.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a second wedding for them actually because, they had gotten divorced. So,
yeah, the devil made them break up.
Literally.
Yeah, that's why they said a day of days.
Yep.
So yeah, they got.
Well, I thought her dress was really pretty, and I thought her hairpiece was very pretty as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. She was stunning, but it's not hard for Raven Bones to be stunning. It's
oh god, no,
super easy. She could put on torn jeans and a tube top, and people would be like, "Oh my god, yes."
She could put on a pink fuzzy bathrobe.
Oh, speaking of stunning, this week I had the honor and the pleasure to interview Elia Cantu, who plays Jada.
She's stunning too.
And our interview, she had done hot yoga that morning and was getting ready to do it again after our interview. So she had no makeup on.
2 hot yoga
That woman was ethereal. I couldn't, flawless. I was like,
naturally radiant.
Fascinated.
Ethereal, flawless, fascinating.
She had her hair up under a baseball cap, and she was still just stunning.
The words that we can use to describe Elia Cantu.
Yeah, seriously. There's all of them in the thesaurus.
For those who don't know, is Jada Hunter on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Well, I figured saying Jada was enough, but okay.
Oh, well, I did. Did you? I missed it.
Yes.
I missed it. I'm just trying to be overly informative here in class. I'm trying to be this teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet?
It's like, I know who she plays. She was the cliffhanger on Friday.
So she was wonderful. And my article will be out a couple hours after this is over.
Well,
I'm working on it now. And she was gracious and funny and totally engaged. We talked to her probably for about an hour.
That's
And it
awesome.
was-
Wow.
She was, yeah, she was just really, really great and fun and funny and made us laugh and
So there's a lot that's going to
really,
be
really interesting and fun.
there's going to be a lot that's covered in your article then.
Yeah.
Because I remember I saw the Lexi Ainsworth one. I transcribed the Lexi Ainsworth interview, and that was 15 minutes. You know, that was pretty boom, boom, boom. But a full hour, you know, that's like a whole
Yeah, we
elevator
talked
ride
for
here
a
on the 10th
long
floor,
time
you know?
with her. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there
a
were
long
also,
time.
you know, we chatted about other things as well.
Well, of course.
You know,
sure.
because with these interviews, it's kind of it's not with some of them. If we have more time, you know, it's a true conversation.
Yeah.
You know, they tell you about them, they ask about you, and it's you know,
Oh, very
and
much
it's a lot of fun.
Remington. Oh, Remington
Yeah.
Hoffman was so curious about us.
Yes.
He really was. He really was.
How the little people live. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
well, how do these
So
fans
backers aren't
operate?
like that.
No, I think he was blown away by the fact that we were doing the podcast, you know. And when it comes down to it, people like the fact that I do it with my mom, and they find that to be interesting. Well, why are you two doing? So it's weird. I don't know. It's weird for me because I've always had the relationship I've had with my mom, and so when somebody's like, "Really, with your mom? Tell me more about that." And I'm like, well, I mean, would you not do a podcast with your mom? I mean.
Well, there's lots of moms out there that aren't as cool as Angela and I.
That's true.
I bet Angela could have a podcast with
Although-
her kids too.
Oh my God, I would love to have a podcast with my children. I can't imagine. My son is just like, no, absolutely not. I started we started a family group chat with Wordle,
Okay, yeah.
me and my 5 kids. And then they added Connections, another New York Times game. So we all do it every day. And they like bash each other for I did better. And here I am going, oh, look at my smart babies. You did so good. And it doesn't matter if he got it. It doesn't matter if he got it one more than you or one earlier than you. And they're just like, seriously, Mom, stop. Please,
Let us
Mom,
talk our
stop it.
trash.
You better start. Shock him, Angela, and talk trash a little bit to him.
Well, so then yesterday they added the New York Times mini crossword puzzle game.
Oh.
And they were all competing about their times. And I did it in 3 minutes. I did it in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I did it in 38 seconds.
So
and they were like, I
38.
was the last one to do it. And it sends, when you share it, it sends your time. And they're like, how did that happen?
I'm wicked smart.
That's exactly what I said. I said, I'm wicked smart. That's exactly what I said.
I think Matthew's really starting to know you, Angela.
Boston, yeah. They were just, so it was like my own little, I didn't even have to, you know, talk trash. It was just, I let my score speak for itself.
And that's all you got to do, folks. If you have to tell somebody you're the best, you're not really the best.
Exactly.
They will recognize it. Well, Kelly wants to celebrate Johnny because he was very handsome during the wedding. I don't have to agree. Johnny, you know, it's easy to overlook Johnny because he always looks great.
I know. He's one of those people that probably like rolls out of bed looking good.
You know, I mean, it
even
just
looks good with like bed head and a little scruff and
like, yeah, all he's got to do
sleep in his eyes. Probably still hot.
All he's got to do is just shake
Soap
his
opera
hair in the
people
morning
are
and
all
it just
hot.
falls.
Yeah.
Soap opera people are all hot.
Pretty much.
I don't think Bradford Anderson would agree with you. I think he'd make a joke about that.
Well, he's not hot, but you know, you see Bradford Anderson. He ain't ugly.
He's adorkable.
Here, they're all hot.
He is adorable.
They're all hot on General Hospital.
I've never
and Days of Our
heard.
Lives. And
I
here on the 10th floor.
love that. Adorkable.
I've never heard of adorkable.
No?
No.
Oh, wow.
I'm not from Massachusetts.
Oh, I've heard of
That's
it. I'm
not a
not from
Massachusetts
Massachusetts
thing.
either.
Kidding. No, I haven't heard that before, but I like
Yeah,
it.
I like adorkable. Yeah.
Adorkable.
Adorkable is valid. Adorkable is very valid. But
I got a whole house full of adorkable people actually here.
Yeah, we're all incredibly nerdy, Mom, and you really should be blaming yourself for it. All of that encouragement to follow your passions and not just fall in line with the rest of society. Like, you know, you really set us up to be super dorks.
I did, didn't I?
You did. But hey, you know, as much as I loved watching soaps with you, so did Jeannie. Jeannie loved watching soaps with her mom, and that's what hooked her into soaps in the beginning too.
Oh, I think a lot of people either they watch it with their mom and that hooked them, or even more so often I hear grandma.
Yeah. Or babysitter.
It's a family.
Jeannie, my mom is the reason that I got into soaps as well. My grandmother's also watched, so that's why I spread out into channels other than hers, because my one grandmother watched ABC, one grandmother watched CBS, and my mother was mainly NBC, but also watched
You got the
General
full
Hospital.
breadth.
So I got everything. I got all of them, and sadly, all of them are gone as well. And my love of soaps is still like a link to them.
Oh,
It feels like, because it was something that we all just loved so much, and I know that they would be loving that I do this.
Oh gosh, Granny absolutely loved the fact that we got started. It's unfortunate she wasn't able to go on more of the journey with us. But
we only were 3 shows in, and she passed away.
But if they ever were to wheel Erica Kane out, like, I would immediately think of Granny, because I will never forget the time I was hanging out at her house. All my children was on. She would tape it on the VCR and watch it after, because she didn't want to watch it live, because she wanted to do that thing that everybody loves to do now, which is fast forward the stuff she didn't care about. So she would tape it and then watch it, and then Erica was in jail, and she fast forwarded it immediately. Like, Erica showed up and she went bam, and I was like, "Well, Grandma, that's Erica. How come you're not watching Erica?" And she's just like, "I hate her."
I have a funny Susan Lucci from the Emmys story. It's not really a Susan Lucci story as much as it's my daughter's story. So I was sending them pictures when we were on the red carpet. And I was like, there was like a real close, Susan Lucci, she was right there in front of us during the question after she got her. And I was like, I am so close, I could spit on her. My daughter goes, "You didn't, right?" I was like, "Of course I didn't, especially not in this crowd. Can you imagine? I wouldn't have made it out alive." Yeah, my daughter's like, "You didn't, did you?"
No. I should have, though. She'll never forget me if I did.
Right?
So it was Valentine's Day in Salem, everybody. It was a beautiful, beautiful Valentine's Day. Days too. I guess it was Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Wednesday, or whatever on days, and I thought it was lovely, everybody. But I will say, before we get into how much we enjoyed it, I feel like they missed a huge opportunity during this geocaching thing, which was to see.
You wanted to be searching for a bomb.
Have not swapped out one of those geocache prizes with a bomb, and then they find out there's a bomb, and they got to go geocache find the friggin' bomb. How did we miss that opportunity?
That actually, Matthew, that would have been great, and you could have had Clyde again up behind the whole thing.
Clyde behind the whole thing. You got Black Patch running around. All right, Johnny and Chanel find out they're trying to find a bomb in wedding gear. Okay.
And then what they could have done is they could have it so much comedy if they had Leo find it.
Yes. He's like,
he's just like, and then Leo's calling Sloan and going, "Look, you have to come defuse this, or I'm telling everybody that baby is Nicole's."
Yes. See how much.
And Sam's like, "I don't know anything about defusing a bomb. Figure it out."
It would have been so funny.
Little thing that is never going to explode. The heroes are going to save the day. Of course, we know there's not going to be a big crater in Horton Town Square.
I don't know. They burned down the Horton house.
But already, based on the fact that all I said was they should have been searching for a bomb, we were giggling and laughing and bouncing all kinds of different ways for characters to interact with each other and to have moments of levity and intensity, and they just missed it entirely to do something with that.
Oh my gosh. Leo could have had some kind of one of his wild suits on with Cupid and hearts all over it.
Yeah.
And then he could have found it and like bobbled it like a hot potato. It would have been so good comedy.
It would have been. And it costs no extra money because all you need is a shoebox.
That's true. It wouldn't have to ignite, right?
You wouldn't even need to show the thing. You could just have them being like, "Oh my God, there's a bomb in here." Like, I would accept that.
Exactly.
I would totally accept that.
Oh, and having Black Patch save the day?
Or, in the midst of it, Constantine shows up and F's with John in the middle of it. And so now he's, I don't know, sending people off in another direction because Constantine needs more distractions from his machinations. There's just so much that could have been linked into it. And I am all for finding ways for characters who don't normally interact to find a way to interact.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a big Scooby-Doo chase back and forth to Horton Town Square. They could
Would it?
even, you know, they could even have gone and like, well, I don't know, man. I'm getting too deep into it. Like I could spin for the next 30 minutes on what they could have done with geocache bomb searching.
Yeah.
But instead, you know, we got Tom and Alice trivia, which I guess is nice. It answers something that came up in a conversation I had the other day, which is how do new viewers know what the hell happened 40 years ago? Because I was on the James Lott Jr. Zoom the other day, his happy hour Zoom, and the question came up. Somebody said on Twitter, they asked me, "What's with Steve's patch?" And the person said, you know, I'm annoyed by that because all they had to do was go on Google and they'd find out. And I'm like, whoa, 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 just treat this as an opportunity to have a conversation with a fellow fan, folks. Uh, but then the question came up of, you know, all of these story beats or these things that might be important to characters now that people would have absolutely no idea of, which might influence how they feel about what's happening today. And they have no idea about it. How do you introduce those people to that stuff without just saying, well, go look it up, punk? And so Tom and Alice trivia was good. And they're also, I guess they've recast the roles to do some sort of flashback something about Tom and Alice. Have you seen anything about that, Angela?
Yep. They recast those youngins to be young Tom and Alice that we're going to see this week. And delve some into their story, which will be fun.
But they were already adults.
Because we only
and
saw them
married.
old, really.
Yeah. So from my understanding, so this is going to be
all of us are going to class.
Yeah, so this is going to be a flashback to like 19-2 or something, you know, like they're going to be in their 1907 best, standing in front of the train.
Beyond the Titanic.
There's not going to be a train. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead.
No train? But he's got to do that thing where she's leaving to college or something, and then he chases the train.
There's not going to be,
and then
there's not a budget for a train.
Runs out of the boardwalk, and he's just like, oh, I'll never forget you, Alice. I'll never forget you.
They have Lucas bunking in with Harris in a one-bed, one-room hotel room. They can't afford a safe room set. There's not going to be a train.
Harris has been lonely, okay?
I just want to know who's the big spoon.
You know what? I saw Steve Burton talking about his dressing room at Days.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he wasn't complaining or anything. Don't think that he was talking smack. He really wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
He was just comparing the two.
He was just, you know, but he was saying that place is rickety.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He shouldn't be talking smack. Come on, Steve.
He says it's very old. Everything needs work. Everything needs, you know, a little TLC. And like the couch, and he said the couch in my dressing room was probably 30 years old. You know. But he also said that over there, you can, at Days of Our Lives,
they can do whatever they want.
You can mess with your dressing room and change it. You can paint it yourself. You can bring in things. You can pretty much do whatever you want.
He said Galen tiled his real nice.
So basically, you know, if you wanted a nice couch, Steve, you could have just brought one.
Yeah.
So that sounds really entitled.
Well,
my couch in my dressing room is too old. It's not like that rich soap I used to work for.
It wasn't like that.
It's like playing for the Yankees and then like going and playing for like the Astros or something. Is the Astros still a team, or did they change to something else?
No, I think they're still the Astros.
But you know, you go from like a high-end multi-million-dollar ball club to like the Astros. You're going to be like, how come the bats continue to break in half? I'm not used to this.
So, yeah, he was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, but you know, we've noticed things on you know, sets that we look on.
Oh yeah,
you know,
No, I mean, the dressing room hallways at GH are very nice.
I wonder, do you think they will rebuild the Horton house and have it look the same?
Probably.
I think they'll rebuild it, but I don't think it'll look the same. I did like how Tom's chair wasn't destroyed, but the rape couch was.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
so seems as
though Days of Our Lives I don't know about that.
The rape couch,
the assaulting couch.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, YouTube.
Well, we're not there yet. Well, you know, we just got to get in the practice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate vent couch. I don't know anything about it, but if it burned down and we can never look at the couch, in which might trigger
I,
bad memories,
my,
then great.
I think I missed that I didn't see or notice that I thought the whole house was destroyed.
No, it looked like they just kind of burnt out that main living room, but then again, they don't
If
have a
it
big budget for sets.
and they if they say that the Horton Christmas ornaments were destroyed in the fire, I'm pretty sure fans will riot in ways that haven't been seen since like the
Julie
Revolution.
mentioned the ornaments, but didn't say they were destroyed. But she mentioned the
She
ornaments.
mentioned the ornaments, and then the actress behind Julie, I don't remember her name right now. She had tweeted, "What about Dr. Tom's chair?"
Oh, Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we saw Tom's chair was
Dr.
fine because they
Tom's chair.
they posted some behind the scene pics.
Yeah.
A real cute one with Drake and Carrie.
Yes. Where it looks like, well, people are like, are they playing baseball? I mean, he's teaching that kid how to use that 5-iron to hit somebody. It's like, if you ever see anybody in here trying to fight and start another fire, kid, what you do is just give them a good wallop. All right, you choke up on it a little bit better. There you go.
That's Peter August good, okay? It is.
You're my mom. You don't count. Somebody else say it.
Yes, I do.
My mom thinks I'm cool.
My mom thinks I'm really
I can say that all the
talented.
time when I'm giving them that encouragement. They're like, my mom thinks I'm cool.
My mom's always thought I was cool, though.
Yeah.
Mads
Yeah.
Drake sounds just like Sonny. There you go. It doesn't sound just like Sonny to me. Sonny to me says, I'm going to tell you. My tongue drags a little more across my teeth. Oh, goodness. My mom said that she fed my sister and I during a very old Search for Tomorrow. Both grandmas watch different soaps, too, says Sandra. It's always been a family affair. And we love that here. What is Abe and Paulina's smash name? Is it Eblina?
I don't know that they have one.
Because Abe and Paulina is not easy to smash together, is what it is.
Right.
Abraham and Paulina.
Paulham.
Paulraham. Abrelina.
I like that one the best.
Abrelina.
Abrelina is the easiest one that sounds the most
Abrelina.
nice. Abrelina.
Yep.
Abrelina. That was my main question. Is what's their smash name? Because now they're smashing, and that's nice.
I thought that by the time that Paulina actually had to have surgery, that Abe would have his memory back.
I don't know if they have an end time in which Abe is getting his memory back. I'm not sure they're working toward any sort of conclusion to that.
It doesn't seem like it.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't seem like it. And now their relationship is quite healthy again, whether he remembers or not.
I just love falling in love with you again, Paulina. They should have just had like a double remarriage or something, Like Paulina's just there in her gown, and then Abe's just like pulling out a ring. You know what? Let's just do it too. Boom. I'm with
But
it.
you can't officiate yourself.
Well, then have somebody else show up that's not busy trying to catch drug criminals or something. I don't know. Everybody's busy trying to catch the bad guy, or being the bad guy, or being asleep because you're doing all the baby work, or hey, did Nicole come back to town, or was all that stuff happening in France? I think I missed
Nope,
that.
it came back to town because
her
and EJ were in the living room.
Yeah, I remember, because I know they had scenes. I saw the scenes, and then I saw Holly and all that, but I missed the establishment of where they were.
She's back at home, and Holly's upstairs in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Holly's upstairs, and she's got medical equipment and everything, and EJ worked it all out for him.
It just sucks. It just sucks that everything that's going on right now when it comes to this trial and stuff, because every single time Nicole's on the screen, I'm not invested in Days of Our Lives. I'm not thinking about the show. I'm not thinking about the scene that she's having, or the future, or what this might mean for Nicole and EJ down the line. All I can think about is, well, I know they sent you off the show again. I wonder how they're going to do that.
Well, they better send her off the show knowing that Jude's her kid, because Sloane needs to get stabbed in the eye. I can't stand her. Gosh.
I don't think so. I just don't get the feeling that they're going to be sending Nicole off fully informed and and ready to come back armed with a story. It just doesn't.
Well, they need to give that baby to somebody else besides Sloan, because Sloan's almost to the point where she don't want to feed it anymore.
So Aries said she worked. Her contract was up in October,
right?
So she worked till some point in October. So 6 months from then,
April.
Yeah, April, May-ish, depending where her contract was, because actually they're 6 to 8 months in advance, so it could even be June, depending.
Maggie at Emmy's had said 7 months when we were talking to her.
So probably around May, which is enough time. See, I kind of have the feeling that, they're going to continue EJ down the road of making him a bad guy again. And he has that thing in the safe to finding out that he's not the father.
That is true.
So he could do that and then find out that Sloan and Eric have the baby and conspire with Sloan for them to keep the baby. Nicole finds out, gets her kid, skedaddles out of town.
That's how Angela would write it, folks.
Well, I wouldn't write it because I would never send Nicole off. But if I had no choice, that's how I would do it.
Well, you don't get a choice unless you're the lead writer. So if you get the breakdown, and the breakdown says you write Nicole taking this baby and leaving, then that's what you're doing, lady.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how she would do it. Oh, that does sound dramatic.
No, I know we're kind of bouncing all over the place.
That's what we do.
What's going on with Xander?
You just like to talk about Xander is what it is.
Xander, I think
he was framed.
He was framed.
Obviously, the phone call he got, Clyde wanted him to do the hit on Harris. He turned it down. He refused. So Clyde still had it done and framed Xander for it.
I'm all for Xander actually finding out what was going on and was trying to prevent it all night long. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, I think that they're doing truly turned the other cheek or turned over a new leaf.
I want the flashbacks to reveal that Xander was like the reason why, Kate was able to get there with a gun super fast is because Xander was there to make a distraction. I appreciate Kate. Kate was there lightning quick with a loaded gun, blammo, blammo, like she was ready. I don't know what her life had been like up to this point. But she had never been more
Kate's
ready.
Done some things and seen some things. But wasn't
she's a
that
woman who's worried her past is going to catch up to her.
But wasn't that just at the pub?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, it's upstairs in the
She lives there.
So she was there super lightning fast. It was amazing.
Yeah,
it's a compliment.
Yeah.
Listen,
maybe
I don't know how it works, and it doesn't have to make sense.
That
this is
kid's
Days of Our
room,
Lives.
Maybe she, the little cot they have on the floor for one of them.
So I guess they got the spare room, and then like the Roman and Kate's room is up there, I suppose. Now
it seems like on Days of Our Lives, either you got a mansion or you got squalor.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the planning on one end. We're like, okay, we're gonna lure Harris out here, and we're gonna shoot him. Officer Goldman is gonna shoot him, or whoever it is that did it. And then on the other end, though, they're like, we're gonna send somebody into the place where Roman and Kate and Lucas and Harris all live, one lone gunman, to kick down the door and open fire. That I don't think was as well planned. Because I was even all for Roman's old ass getting out there. I'm going to go find him, right?
Roman's old ass.
Like, I'm all for it. I'm all for him out there just trudging through snow looking for evidence.
You really love those old man PIs, don't you?
I do. I don't, and really,
you would watch the hell out of that primetime show.
I really need that link of the 80s, is what you promised me.
I thought I gave it to. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I gave it to you.
Send it to me because I need to see some old John Black, and I need to see some Roman stuff that isn't him being a total a-hole to Marlena. Because that is all I've seen recently is just Roman being an a-hole.
It's hard.
Oh, is he an a-hole a lot to Marlena? See, it's good that she's with John.
I hadn't noticed him being a jerk to Marlena.
In flashbacks and old clips and things before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really haven't seen them interact much in modern day.
No, just like when the six of them are together. When the six of them are together having whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I always like those scenes actually.
They're important to each other. I mean, they got a whole kid named John Roman. There's a grandkid named John Roman.
Yeah.
The link is in your Twitter DMs.
Okay, thank you so much.
So I don't forget again.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that.
To the Google Drive.
I'm gonna play around in the history of Days of Our Lives and see what sort of nonsense I can come up with. We'll see. I got extra time right now. I could become a Days of Our Lives expert in the next 3 weeks.
Just write the book. Write the book on Days of Our Lives.
Oh man, I need to write something. I already said, hey, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna put it up on Kindle or whatever, the Amazon self-publishing thing. And I'm gonna make all of the audience buy it. And you know what Melissa said?
What?
I'll share it on TikTok. I don't need your support. Please continue to support me. I want your support. I need your support. I love your support. Don't believe me when I say something dumb like that. It's not the truth. I'm just trying to be fun.
Trying being the operative word.
Trying being the operative word.
I like that you don't claim I'm just being funny.
No, I'm just trying to be fun. Funny is subjective. You can decide I'm funny or not. You could come and want to watch this because you love mama and you hate me. There's plenty of people out there. Honestly, I've gotten more negative comments about me than Mama Cat has ever received. Nobody has ever said anything bad about my mama.
Well, they know better.
I think it's because I'm older. It's a matter of reverence and respect.
Oh,
that's pretty much.
I don't think so. I think you're just fabulous.
No, thank you. But it's just I think that's what it is.
We're scum. We suck. Wayne's World, such a good movie. If you haven't seen Wayne's World, check it out. It's just so quotable.
Yeah.
Little, yellow, different.
Oh God.
Oh, Kelly says that she loves me, but Kelly's had a huge crush on me since the first time she's watched. So.
I'm not sure crush would be the right word. I think,
I've been a fan of Kelly since before we ever did a podcast when everybody else said her last name incorrectly.
Heck yeah. And then we say it right. All right. Okay, so Trip and Wendy have been kidnapped.
Thank God. Think that the kidnapper, think that cop will let them go because she is just so freaking bored. She's like, I just can't listen to the two of you prattle on anymore.
I'm not sure. I'm all for Wendy saving the day though, because I like Wendy. Yes. I do like Wendy.
There's nothing to dislike about either of them. They're just
together. Because they don't have anything going on. Okay. If they had something going on, it would be more interesting, I guess, as anything is, if there's
they don't have an arc right now, not really.
They just like each other. When you're on a soap and you just like each other, it's not as interesting. Unless you're like some classic old-timey couple like John and Marlena.
Yes.
They don't really have anything going on together other than liking each other.
A mutual love of strawberries and strawberry flavored things.
And then, oh, look at that. We don't want to interrupt this picnic. Oh, this picnic's for you, babe.
Matt's significant other is going to get a real big surprise.
Oh, I can't wait to get old and gray like him. Because this is my new personality. It's there's something about it's like if my dad was his perfectly idealized version of himself and then exaggerated, I think that's who John Black would be.
Here's the thing. He's just so charming.
Right.
At the Emmys, when I talked to him, James Reynolds, and Suzanne, all three of them were together.
Yeah.
And they all were very sweet and engaging. And before they left, he took my hand in both of his. I was just like, leaned in and he was just, thank you. And then he gave me that wink. And I was just like, oh my God, let me die now.
I'm melting like butter.
It was like when Tristan Rogers called me love. It's things that I never realized were on my bucket list.
How you doing, baby? I get it.
I just was like,
well, I'll never forget that, actually. How you doing, baby?
I've never been a massive, I think Drake's great, but I've never been a huge, massive John Black fan.
Right.
You know, I've
Right.
never, he was never my guy, you know,
Right.
but
He
Drake's
was in
my
that
guy.
moment.
Drake is my guy. That's, yeah.
Oh, hi, Jen.
Very cool.
Hi, Jen. So yeah, Trip and Wendy are gone. Wendy maybe will save the day. I mean, Trip was able to rush in and you know, go into doctor mode, you know, recently. And that was nice.
Mhm.
You know, he's like, oh man, this guy's shot. He's got a BBL and his BMP is DOA. We got to get him 8 millimeters of cortisone stat. You know, like it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
He jumped into like
I'm
Dr.
not sure
Murphy.
what cortisone is going to do to a gunshot wound, but medical science is a mystery to me. Help the swelling, the allergic reaction
goodness.
he's having to the fact that he's been shot, that he's been pumped full of lead, as they say.
Mhm.
Well, don't you think Ava's going to be looking for a kid?
Well,
She's
yeah,
going to be
so
beyond herself.
This is it. This is Ava going. Ava's going to go full Vitaly is what's happening.
Oh,
You know?
God. Yeah.
She's going to have to go full because Harris is down and out, and they didn't really split up. They've just been playing a role. And then she boned
Yep.
Stefan, and she's like, I'm so dumb. I am the dummiest dumb that has ever been
I'm a
dumb
dummity dum dum.
born.
Yeah.
Dumb. And then Stefan's like, you want to do it again, baby? And she's like, you're such a man. You are such a dude.
Such a dude.
But yeah, she's gonna have to go full Vitaly. You know, she's gonna have to like John Wick style, like walking through the abandoned warehouse
I know.
complex.
Clyde better hope that the guards at Statesville are on their game.
Because
She's a coming.
She feels like the type to just go in there with a handgun and just be like pop.
I know that, like,
Pop.
what's her face from Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like anybody from Kill Bill, just pick one. Yeah, I'm with it. So you know, we'll see what the budget can support. You know, a flashbang costs money.
I'm excited for that. I want to see Ava in full Vitaly.
Yeah.
I'm excited
We'll see
to
what
see
we
that.
get. Right now, I don't have the highest faith in Days of Our Lives to pull off the things that they have set up. Mostly because they completely missed the opportunity for the bomb geocache thing. Which, you know, I might be the only person that thought of. And if I am, please give me a job somewhere.
You know, maybe they'll be like, this was so successful. Let's do it again for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not as good as the Valentine's Day bomb, though.
No, because you could have a Valentine's Day massacre.
You know, it's like, what are all these couples? We don't want to blow up couples. You know, with St. Patrick's Day, it's like, oh man, what if we blow up some drunks?
And
like,
they could all be drunk. They could all be drunk dealing with the bomb.
Oh, and I need to see Leo dressed up like a leprechaun.
You just want to see Leo.
Mama Cat's on board with this idea.
All right, let's run with it. I'm not here to harsh creativity. I'm here to say yes and Clyde it just needs to get smothered by a guard. You know, like a guard has the most access. Pay off a guard.
Doesn't Clyde have? Clyde has to be killed in some very flashy way.
Yeah.
If they decide to even kill him. He's been around this long. He's responsible for Abigail's death. Chad. Julie, you do not forgive Chad. Okay? Chad's like, this is my fault. And Julie's like, no, it's not. It's Clyde's fault. And I'm like, you old lady. No, this is all Chad's fault. If Chad didn't saunter in there with Everett, of all people in tow, to be like, I got your number, punk. I'm going to publish you to smithereens.
Right. He did. They really did go. They really did go Clyde in that. Yeah. They go to that.
Chad,
and they know what he's capable of, too.
Chad, you're a dumbass. He's running a whole drug operation from behind bars. Okay? You know this. You're about to publish this. He had your wife killed, and you're going to go in there and be like, oh, this is perfectly safe. Nothing is going to happen from this. Got your number. I'm going to publish it on Monday, though. You got a whole weekend to figure it out.
Yeah, and he acted quick, didn't he? Clyde did something quick.
Yeah. Go burn down that house. Go shoot those people.
Well, I mean, he's in prison. He's got some time.
Tired of this.
Yeah.
People sauntering in here to talk trash to me. It's dumb.
But he can facilitate things on the outside to happen very, very quickly.
Maybe they can transfer him. If they transfer him out of that prison, send him to Ohio.
Well, they've
Send
done
him
that.
to Iowa.
I don't know about days, but we know that's they've explained. Well, Cyrus got sent away.
Send
Remember,
him to Idaho.
another far away.
Send him to some foreign country that he has committed crimes in. Extradite him.
Well, he's one of those characters that you just don't want anything to happen to him other than just death and suffering.
Well, I mean, they sent Dimitri to that, Supermax prison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think Dimitri needed Supermax.
Yeah.
Well, Sloan did that just to F with
right.
He doesn't need to be in the shoe.
Shoe.
That's a Orange is the New Black reference, everybody. That's another. It put streaming shows on the map is what it did.
It sure did.
Yeah.
I watched every episode of that. I thought Orange is the New Black was good.
Wendy will save the day, though. She's going to hack into the computer, unlock the door, and get out of there. She can taser somebody on the way out. See, I mean, just give me a job writer for days, because I can just spin this kind of nonsense all day long. And it all fits.
Yeah, they go to escape rooms all the time for fun, so they know how to do this.
Oh, look at that, Ma. You're even helping. Just tying it all together. Like Wendy becomes the MacGyver of Salem. She's all I need is a shoestring and some gum and maybe that battery over there. I'll make a bomb. Blast this door open right away. Yep. The silicone fibers. I guess in conclusion, Everett met Jada, and Jada's like, "You Bobby," and then Everett was like, "Who the hell is Bobby?"
I think he's just gonna pretend that he's a doppelganger, and that what are you talking about?
That's my identical twin brother, Bobby. You knew Bobby. Yeah. When was the last time you saw Bobby?
I thought Stephanie was kind of a dodo. She went from no, we're just friends to I'm ready, come get me fast.
I can't tell you how done I am with Stephanie. Just her decision making hasn't been something I can find much support in. Just my goodness. Can you just be alone for a little while, Stephanie? Maybe you need to visit Marlena and talk about this, because you can't stand to not be by yourself. Alex,
her dad would love for her to be by herself. He don't like her to date nobody.
Well, she does have. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Chad. Chad's great, but she has incredibly bad taste in choosing a partner for herself.
She needs to be set up with somebody else. She needs a matchmaker. She needs a matchmaker. She needs a sibling to be like, oh, you know who you should date this person I know. They've already been vetted by me.
Matchmaker, make them a match.
She has siblings, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's Steve's kid. So Tripp's her brother, and then whoever else Steve's kids are, and then also whoever her mom is. Ava or something. No, that's Tripp's mom. I don't know who Stephanie's mom is.
Hey, Kayla, is that Kayla? Her biological mom as well? Is Kayla her biological mom?
See, I don't know. This is a chance for Jeannie to give us the facts. It must not be Kayla, because Angela doesn't immediately know.
No, she's
and if
distracted.
It was Kayla, she'd be like, yes.
No, sorry, I was distracted. People are messaging me. Stephanie's she has a brother named Joey.
Who's her parents? Steve and Kayla?
Stephanie? Steve and Kayla.
Okay.
Kayla is her biological mother?
Is her mother, yes. Joey and Stephanie.
Did somebody else carry her for her? Did she not know she was hers? Because I've never heard of Days of Our Lives having a child the normal way.
Nope. She carried Stephanie. She was named after her father.
Yes.
Of course she was.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Little sweetness, says Sandra.
Steven, his name would have been Stephanie if he was a girl. I was going to name him Stephanie.
Do the same thing. I was going to be a Jennifer. It's a very 1986 name. Jennifer.
Yes, it is.
Sandra says Little Sweetness.
Is what they would have been.
I'm going to assume Little Sweetness is a nickname that Stephanie had received from old Patchy at some point in her life. That's just
he calls everybody Sweetness. He calls Kayla Sweetness too. And in the flashback of their wedding, he called her Sweetness in the flashback.
Oh my God, Stephen Nichols! I don't know how many Emmys you've won, but you need to continue to win them for history and not present, because Not that anything in the present is bad, but just like the history is good. Uh, like him and Kayla, like there's a certain amount of like stone faced that Steve has just in life, you know. And when
Yeah.
he was marrying Kayla, he looked like the most excited, in love little boy. Like just the youthful exuberance of like I can't do it. I can't do it justice at all. Like I was so impressed with just the layers, I guess, and the authenticity of the love that Steve has for Kayla. And it has been the
Yeah.
case since forever.
Yeah, but they
They
were
keep
poking
getting
fun at
married.
how many times they've been married,
They
though.
keep
They were
getting married
poking
like you
fun
and
at
Dad
that.
do. You know, they don't really ever split. They just keep on doing vows. You
Yeah,
know?
Dad and I have been married 3 times.
Why? Just because. Now we're in Vegas. Let's get married again. You know? Oh, it's been 25 years. Let's do it.
Actually, I would love it. The only thing would stop me is it would be so dang expensive. I would love to do that for Dad and I's 50th.
Another full wedding.
Like, the kind of reception that I couldn't afford back then when I was
Oh,
19.
you just want to throw a big party.
You still have your wedding dress?
I do. It's a white gunny sack.
I don't know what that means, but
A gunny sack is Jessica McClin. Yeah, it was back then. It was
it was the
law.
height
Actually,
of fashion, I assure
Those
you.
things are so popular now on
Sell that thing for
Poshmark and stuff like that.
$100,000.
My daughter looks at Gunny Sack and Jessica McClintock constantly. She buys that stuff secondhand all over the place. She loves it.
When I find it, I buy it, and I never find it. I think I have found like one little bolo jacket
Mm-hmm.
that was in bad shape, and I wound up selling that even.
Yeah,
But,
oh God, yeah.
But yeah, I had a white gunny sack with the high neck, the
Mhm.
lace high neck, you know, and little
Kelly and
pearlets down the
Sandra
front.
want Stephen Nichols to be a guest on the Days for Dummies. And you know what, folks? Next time we see Stephen Nichols, we will do our best to ask just that.
Yes.
When it comes down to it, I don't really know how to approach the big stars because the big stars have like layers and people.
Yeah.
The supporting cast doesn't necessarily always have that.
So I'm going to be posting my article with Elia today,
Mhm.
and then on Tuesday, I am
Mhm.
going to be emailing Days PR and requesting my next interview. Who should it be with?
I don't know.
What do you guys think? And chat too. Who should I do? Who should I ask for?
Who do you want there to be a interview written up on soapoperanews.net? My one Miss Angela from Days of Our Lives. What actor
Ava
do you have the most burning
Mara Braun.
questions for?
Mara Braun.
Yeah.
Hi, Double C.
That would be good.
You know, Clyde. No, don't.
Well, actually, that would be interesting.
He'd probably be a fun interview.
That'd be fun.
Probably. Well,
We
thank you
hate
very
the
much,
character,
Kelly.
but we like the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would talk to him about. Oh, you remember doing Charmed? You were on Charmed. There's so many Charmed connections. He was
6
the
degree.
Charmed.
It's like the Kevin Bacon game.
Yeah, 6 Degrees of Charmed. He was the father of the Halliwell sisters. Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
I
and
didn't
the
watch
mother
any
of the
Charmed.
Halliwell sisters, of course, is Finola Hughes. So James Reed and Finola Hughes are responsible for the 3 most powerful witches in the history of mankind. Okay, so
Finola Hughes is responsible for the 4.
put that feather in your cap, folks. I think that's it. We talked about
You
the
good?
things that I wrote down. Really, when it comes down to it, Days of Our Lives trudges on. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not so. But I can't say that they're covering a lot. You know, there's not a wide breadth of stories at the moment, I don't think. Stuff is happening with Clyde. People are pulled into that. Everybody's kind of got their thing going on. But when it comes down to it, you had Valentine's Day, you had a wedding, you had stuff with Clyde, you had the Harris got shot stuff. And you had Everett pretty much shoveled in there at the very end. So that was my 6 topics.
Don't like Sloan and don't like Everett.
I don't think you're supposed to. So I think that they're winning there. James Reed was great on Remington Steele. Cute also, says Jeannie. I didn't see any Remington Steele, but isn't that the
Yes, that's
The original Blue Ivy,
what's his
or the Blue Steel or whatever.
the guy. What the heck is his name? That he played 007 once too.
Oh, is it Pierce Brosnan?
Yes,
Yes,
that's who
Pierce
Remington
Brosnan.
Steele was.
Yes, actor that near and dear to our hearts if you grew up in the 90s from a role that he had in a little movie called Mrs. Doubtfire. Because he did Mrs. Doubtfire, and then I'm like, oh, it's that guy, Pierce Brosnan from Mrs. Doubtfire. Here's the thing, you don't know that character's name. You don't know who Pierce Brosnan played in Mrs. Doubtfire. You just know Pierce Brosnan was in it. Sally Field was dating Pierce Brosnan. The only character that had a
Oh
name
my
in that
God,
movie.
I've seen that movie 20,000 times.
Who
And
knows
you
his
didn't
name?
notice that that's who it was?
No, I knew it was Pierce Brosnan. I'm trying to remember his character's
No,
name.
you don't know the character. Like, Stu.
And
I'm
now
sure they said
It might have been
Oh,
Stu.
it is Stewart.
There you go.
It's Stewart.
So, well, there you go. But look how hard it was to think of it, right? Because
Well, I didn't think of it.
'cause he's
You remembered
Pierce
it, and I
Brosnan,
remembered that
you
it was
know?
right. Yeah.
And the only reason is I have thick memories of shrill Sally Field from that movie, and she angrily says Stu at some point, and so that's why it comes in my brain. Anyway, the whole point is Pierce Brosnan is Pierce Brosnan. He's never really been his characters, even as James Bond. And I think the only reason why you know the name James Bond is because he played James Bond. Anyway, Pierce Brosnan. He's a terrible singer. Don't watch Mamma Mia for him. I know that's kind of an old reference at this point, but don't. Well, watch it for Meryl Streep though. She's fun. Meryl Streep is always fun.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Always.
What are we talking about? Oh, we were talking about how it's time to leave. Thank you,
Yep.
everybody,
Yes.
for joining us here on Days for Dummies. Hope you had a great
Get
time.
on out of the quad.
Get out of here. Go enjoy the quad. Get out of the classroom. All right, class dismissed. Go get some sun. Go play some ultimate frisbee.
There you go.
Pledge at a local fraternity or sorority.
Don't haze anybody.
Given those who have contributed to the chat, except for me, I think all of you are going to go to a sorority, and I'm going to go be alone at a fraternity without anybody that was here.
Well, it is a long weekend, so
Is it?
there's no class tomorrow.
There isn't?
It's President's Day weekend.
Oh,
Monday is President's Day.
Hi, Vaseline.
Mhm.
Bye, Vaseline. All right. We'll see you at 11 a.m. for 10th Floor Podcast. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And I've been Angela with Matt and Kat.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week right here, 9 a.m. for Days for Dummies and at 11 a.m. for 10th Floor Podcast General Hospital coverage. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
So long, farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen tonight.